If you've been doing push-ups for months or even years, sweating through sets, feeling your arms burn, maybe even feeling pain in your shoulders, but your chest still looks flat, soft, or unchanged, then you're not failing because push-ups don't work. You're failing because you've been doing them wrong. And once you fix this, everything changes. Most people treat push-ups like a counting game. More reps, more speed, more ego. But muscle doesn't grow from movement. Muscle grows from tension, control, and intent. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to turn the push-up from a basic fitness exercise into one of the most powerful chest-building tools you can do anywhere without hurting your shoulders and without wasting a single rep. This isn't about doing more push-ups. This is about doing fewer push-ups the right way. And once you feel the difference, you'll never go back to the sloppy version again. Let's start from the foundation, because everything depends on how you set yourself up before the first rep even begins. Most people drop to the floor and place their hands wherever feels comfortable. And that's the first mistake, because random hand placement leads to random results, and very often shoulder pain. Your hands should not be extremely wide, and they should not be tucked close like a diamond, unless that's your intention. The strongest and safest position is when your palms are placed directly under the outer edge of your shoulders, with your fingers pointing slightly outward, not straight ahead, just a small angle, enough to feel natural. Now here's the part almost nobody does, and this is where real stability begins. Once your hands are on the floor, imagine you're gripping the ground and trying to rotate your hands outward, like you're twisting two jar lids open, even though your hands don't actually move. This creates tension through your arms, locks in your lats, stabilizes your shoulders, and turns your entire body into one solid unit, instead of a loose collection of joints. From your head to your heels, your body should feel like a straight, braced plank, not sagging at the hips, not lifted too high, just strong and connected. Because a powerful chest push-up starts with a stable body. Now we move into the biggest mistake responsible for most push-up pain and wasted chest growth, the elbow position. When people lower themselves, they flare their elbows straight out to the sides, forming a big T shape, and this puts your shoulders in a weak and unstable position, stealing work away from your chest and placing it where it doesn't belong. This is why so many people say push-ups hurt their shoulders, not because push-ups are bad, but because the mechanics are wrong. As you lower your body, your elbows should travel back at roughly a 45-degree angle, staying close enough that they almost brush your rib cage. This angle keeps your shoulders safe and shifts the load exactly where you want it, onto the chest, the triceps, and the front of the shoulders working together in harmony. Lower yourself until your chest is about an inch from the floor, because depth matters, and that deep stretch under control is one of the strongest signals for muscle growth. Now let's talk about speed, because this is where most people turn a muscle-building exercise into a cardio drill without realizing it. If you drop down fast and bounce out of the bottom, you're letting gravity do the work instead of your muscles, and your chest misses the part of the movement where growth actually happens. The lowering phase, when your chest is stretching under tension, is where muscle fibers are challenged the most. From the top position, take a full 2 seconds to lower yourself down, slow, controlled, feeling your chest resist gravity the entire way. This control builds strength, awareness, and muscle far more effectively than rushing through reps ever will. Once you reach the bottom, drive yourself up with intent, pressing the floor away from you powerfully, because that contrast between slow down and explosive up wakes up more muscle fibers and teaches your body to produce real force. But the rep still isn't finished yet, and this is where almost everyone leaves chest gains on the table. Most people lock their arms out and immediately start the next rep, letting the tension drift into the triceps and shoulders. But your chest's main job is to bring the arms together, and if you skip this final squeeze, you skip peak chest activation. At the top of the movement, push hard through your palms and actively spread your shoulder blades apart, rounding the upper back just slightly. This final action fully contracts the chest, especially the inner fibers, and turns a good push-up into a great one. You should feel your chest tighten and squeeze before you start the next rep, because that's when the muscle has truly done its job. Now that you know how to perform a perfect push-up, the final piece is how to use it for growth, instead of endless repetition. Forget the idea of doing 50 or 100 push-ups just to feel tired. The goal is quality reps under tension, taken close to failure while maintaining perfect form. When you can no longer complete another clean rep using these steps, that's when the set ends. For most people, this will be somewhere around 12 to 15 reps, and once you reach that range with perfect control, it's time to make the movement harder, not longer. 3 to 4 sets, 2 to 3 times per week, is more than enough when the technique is right and recovery is respected. Now, if this sounds challenging, that's a good thing, but it also means we need to make sure everyone can apply it, no matter their level. If standard push-ups are too difficult, start with wall push-ups, standing upright, and practicing the same elbow angle, slow lowering, and chest squeeze with very little load. This is an excellent way to build technique without strain. From there, knee push-ups are a great option, as long as your body stays in one straight line from your head to your knees, not bent at the hips. You can also elevate your hands on a bench or chair, and the higher the surface, the easier the movement becomes, while still training the same mechanics. For those ready to progress, adding a pause at the bottom changes everything. Lower yourself for 2 seconds, hold for 1 full second just off the floor, then press up powerfully. This removes momentum and forces your chest to work harder than ever. Once you can perform 15 perfect reps like this, adding external resistance, such as a light weight plate or resistance band across your upper back, is one of the fastest ways to stimulate new chest growth without needing machines or heavy equipment. Finally, let's talk about how to fit this into your training so it actually delivers results. You can use easier push-up variations as a warm-up to prepare your chest and shoulders before heavier pressing workouts. You can use slow-tempo push-ups with pauses as a finisher to completely fatigue the chest at the end of a workout. Or you can build an entire session around push-ups by starting with an easier variation, moving into your strongest version to failure, and finishing with a loaded version for maximum overload. What matters most is that every rep follows the same principles: stable setup, elbows tucked, controlled, lowering, aggressive squeeze, and smart volume. Don't be discouraged if your rep count drops when you fix your form, because that drop means you're finally training the muscle instead of just moving your body up and down. If this breakdown helped you see push-ups in a completely new way, make sure to like the video so more people can stop wasting reps and start building real muscle. Subscribe for smarter, safer training strategies, and remember, progress isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. Master your form, slow your tempo, and challenge your muscles correctly, because smart training always beats careless reps when long-term strength matters.